It's the brains behind BCW, Baron Blade.
The following contest is a last man standing match.
And we're underway. Looking at these two men, I don't think there's going to be anything traditional about this one-on-one matchup.
And your guess as to who will be the last one standing here tonight is as good as mine.
Boom, what impact! That'll hurt. DDT! Nailed it. Oh, my Lord.
What a strike. Right on the mark.
Not the elbow. Right in the mouth. Relent.
Oh, nasty impact.
He will go on. DDT!
Guys, we've seen some pretty creative finishes to last man standing matches over the years, and perhaps one of the most creative took place at Extreme Rules 2010 when John Cena duct taped Batista's legs together. Takes him down in a major way, too. Whack! Michael, that gives new meaning to have a seat.
Byron, regarding that Cena-Batista match you mentioned, not only did the Animal lose that night, but it was also likely one of the most embarrassing moments of his career.
Of course it was, Cole. Wouldn't you be embarrassed if you struggled to stand because your feet were taped together? Come on.
Oh, shows no mercy.
In that poor chair. It looks like a twisted heap.
Whack! Michael, that gives new meaning to have a seat. Oh, boy, he is rolling.
Needless to say, Brian, when it comes to Braun Strowman, you're simply not going to overpower him. With that in mind, though, what should the approach be when facing the monster among men?
Let's see. Hope you get lucky? No, in all seriousness, if you're facing Braun Strowman, you'll need all the luck in the world just to survive, let alone win.
Byron, I think you should fight Braun.
I don't think so. Whack! Michael, that gives new meaning to have a seat.
To Byron's point about needing luck against Braun Strowman, I'd say Kalisto used more than a little luck when he handed Strowman a rare loss in a dumpster match.
Kalisto was certainly lucky on that night, Cole. While the record books will show a win for the King of Flight, in reality, I'd say he walked away.
This is it. Oh, the DDT!
Nobody does it quite like him. Things look dire for Braun Strowman.
Beautiful side Russian leg sweep.
Guys, one of my favorite matches from the In Your House era would have to be December 1996 Armageddon Rules match between the Executioner and the Undertaker, which many say was a precursor to today's Last Man Standing match.
Oh, shows no mercy.
In that poor chair. It looks like a twisted heap.
As Byron was saying, Armageddon Rules was undoubtedly a precursor to today's Last Man Standing match. The difference then, however, was the referee began his 10 count only after a superstar pinned his opponent for the 3 count.
And on that night, as Vince McMahon said on commentary, the Executioner was executed by The Undertaker.
When this guy's on, look out.
What's this? Big slam.
It's no secret, guys, that the last man standing match tests a superstar like no other contest. Nowhere else do the rules dictate you must decimate your opponent so much that they cannot answer the count of 10.
Now the old vicious head crank.
Look at the torque.
Oh, good. Continuing to punish them.
The thing about the unique rules of this match, as Michael was saying, is that superstars will go to amazing extremes to keep their opponents down for a 10 count.
Oh, that's the truth, Saxton. Last man standing has definitely resulted in some unique usage of everything from weapons to pay-per-view sets and everything in between.
And the beat goes on. Oh, shows no mercy.
And that poor chair. It looks like a twisted heap.
Of course, we all recognize Braun Strowman as a legitimate main eventer, but remember, guys, it wasn't that long ago that he was considered the black sheep of the Wyatt family.
Set him up. Russian leg sweep. As Byron was saying, Braun Strowman absolutely took orders from Bray Wyatt at one point. But that all changed following the 2016 WWE Draft, when Strowman broke out on his own and proved that he was indeed a monster among men.
And he did that, Cole, by defeating 2, 3, sometimes even 4 superstars at the same time.
Oh, look at that.
So ruthless.
Man, let the ref do his job.
I'm no mathematician, guys, but I'm
Looking for a repeat. Oh, the DDT!
I don't remember the last time I saw Strowman manhandled like this.
Okay, this time has to do it.
Oh, shows no mercy.
And that poor chair. It looks like a twisted heap.
Whack! Michael, that gives new meaning to have a seat.
On the topic of traditional matches versus last man standing matches, Corey makes a great point. In matches such as this, you have to keep your opponent down for a count of 10.
Which oftentimes results in increased brutality and danger, Michael.
beautiful technique.
Whack!
Michael, that gives new meaning to have a seat.
Oh, shows no mercy.
And that poor chair. It looks like a twisted heap.
You know, I'd say matches like this really drive superstars to take risks they normally wouldn't take. An example that immediately comes to mind would be Shane McMahon's actions in Unforgiven in 2003.
Taking a bit of a beating so far, but nothing that can't be overcome. To elaborate more than that Unforgiven 2003 match Corey was talking about, that night we saw Shane leap off the top rope of the Unforgiven.
Unfortunately for Shane, however, Kane moved at the last moment, and it was all academic from there. The referee could have counted to 100. Shane was not getting up.
No reason for that. What is Baron Blade? A DDT!
Game, set, match. This one is over.
Uh-oh. Here we go. What does Baron Blade have in store? That'll rock you.
I don't remember the last time I saw Strowman manhandled like this.
I'm no mathematician, guys, but by my calculations, a last man standing match is more than 3 times as brutal as a traditional match. After all, you only need to keep your opponent down for a 3 count in a traditional match.
What a clothesline! Ouch! The ref wasn't finished. Forearms for the second rope.
Driving down.
Whack.
Michael, that gives new meaning to have a seat.
Oh boy, he is rolling. Whack.
Michael, that gives new meaning to have a seat.
Oh, shows no mercy.
In that poor chair. It looks like a twisted heap.
Oh, shows no mercy.
In that poor chair. It looks like a twisted heap.
Come on. Let the ref do his job. He's calling for it. He's not going to go quietly.
No superstar worth his salt ever does.
Oh boy, he is rolling. Oh, Strowman dodged that one. No reason for that. This match ain't over yet. Oh! Here we go. 2, 3. Oh, shows no mercy.
In that poor chair. It looks like a twisted heap.
You gotta believe this one's over.
Tremendous impact.
Things are not looking very good right now. Gonna have to find a way to regroup. Not over yet. 2, 3. Whack!
Michael, that gives new meaning to have a seat.
This is what makes him one of the best in the business. Oh, shows no mercy.
In that poor chair. It looks like a twisted heap.
What does Baron Blade have? This might be it.
Oh, my. Wow, I'm just as surprised as you guys are. 2, 3, 4.
There's got to be some point in the match where those thoughts start to creep in that it could be over. And then you got to dig down deep. Get rid of the self-doubt and continue on toward victory. And this match is going to continue.
Right across the back of the neck.
Man, let the ref do his job. Whack!
Michael, that gives new meaning to have a seat.
Whack!
Michael, that gives new meaning to have a seat.
Set him up. Ooh,
Nice Russian leg sweep.
oh boy, he is rolling.
One arm hooked.
Face buster.
And now one lights out. DDT connects.
I don't remember the last time I saw Strowman manhandled like this.
He's lining him up. Here we go a second time.
Impressive combination kicks. But he's running on fumes here. Does he have enough left in him to capitalize? Given their performance. Performances tonight, it's too bad one of these superstars has to walk out of here on the losing end.
What a strike. Oh, and he's taken off his feet.
I'll tell you, he can't afford to be horizontal at this point in the match, Cole.
The ref wasn't finished. Whack!
Michael, that gives new meaning to have a seat. Whack! Michael, that gives new meaning to have a seat.
Oh, and a terrific reversal by Braun Strowman. Boom. Come on, let the ref do his job. I can't believe everything that's transpired thus far. It's been so physical.
7, 8.
And the beat goes on.
Oh boy, he is rolling. Michael, that gives new meaning to have a seat. Whack! Michael, that gives new meaning to have a seat.
Down to the floor. This has been a battle. He's playing with him now. What does Baron Blade have in store? Ooh, what impact.
I don't remember the last time I saw Strowman manhandled like this.
You'd think one of these times this move would actually end the match.
You can see the wear and tear that this fight has taken out of these men. This grueling last man standing match has finally come to an end. Now let's take a look back at these guys in action.
These superstars gave as good as they got, and these fans got their money's worth from the opening bell.
Now look at this. I think business is about to pick up sooner rather than later. Now the old vicious head crank. Look at the torque. Nobody controls the pace of a match quite like this guy. What is Baron Blade? Oh, the DDT!
Just when you thought he had nothing left, things look dire for Braun Strowman.
Y'all know what what time it is. This the part where we crank it up. Let's crank it up. Now here we go. People over there, what's up? You feel me? Stand up and say what's up. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? You can get with this, or you can get with that. You better get with this, because this is where it's
Come on, negotiations are broken down, and we now have a war on our hands.
And he's heading back in.
Harsh impact.
Suplex.
Got the leg. Dragon screw.
That'll tear your knee up.
Onto the back of the neck.
Guys, one of my favorite matches from the In Your House era would have to be December 1996 Armageddon Rules match between the Executioner and the Undertaker, which many say was a precursor to today's Last Man Standing match.
As Byron was saying, Armageddon Rules was undoubtedly a precursor to today's Last Man Standing match. The difference then, however, was the referee began his 10 count only after a superstar pinned his opponent for the 3 count.
And on that night, as Vince McMahon said on commentary, the Executioner was executed by The Undertaker.
German suplex.
I don't know if there's another superstar in WWE who loves entertaining more than R-Truth. But if you cross the line, R-Truth is more than happy to let a superstar know what's up. It is not looking good for R-Truth.
Ah, what a neck breaker.
Looks like R-Truth is running out of steam here. This is not where he wants to be right now, guys.
Wow. R-Truth loves having fun in and out of the ring and loves entertaining the WWE Universe. But if a superstar tries to take advantage of the situation, Truth will take care of business.
Don't let the battle quality dance moves and rhymes fool you. R-Truth can crack someone across the face.
Wow, I thought he was a goner.
Wisely bringing the action back into the ring.
Slam down hard.
It's no secret, guys, that the Last Man Standing match tests a superstar like no other contest. Nowhere else do the rules dictate you must decimate your opponent so much that they cannot answer the count of 10.
The thing about the unique rules of this match, as Michael was saying, is that superstars will go to amazing extremes to keep their opponents down for a 10 count.
Oh, that's the truth, Saxton. Last Man Standing has definitely resulted in some unique usage of everything from weapons to pay-per-view sets and everything in between.
Ooh, what impact. R-Truth seems to be really worn out.
He might just have nothing left to give, guys. He's making a statement here with this attack.
He's out there in no man's land.
And got to find a way to get to safety, Cole.
I'm not sure he can.
He wants no part of the outside.
crossbody. Guys, we've seen some pretty creative finish.
Here we go. An incredible combination.
This one is over.
Here it comes. He's got him.
Setting up for a neckbreaker. Here's his moment, Michael.
Byron, regarding that Cena Batista match you mentioned, not only did the Animal lose that night, but it was also likely one of the most embarrassing moments of his career.
Of course it was, Cole. Wouldn't you be embarrassed if you struggled to stand because your feet were taped together? Come on.
He's almost got him.
The ref wasn't finished.
He has him right where he wants him. Daniel Bryan is one of the most difficult WWE superstars to prepare for. Corey, what would you say is the best way to counteract the leader of the Yes Movement?
Look, I don't particularly like most of the people in the crowd or watching on TV for that matter. So I wouldn't be bothered by Daniel Bryan's overwhelming crowd support, but crowds can get loud for Bryan, and that can phase some superstars.
Uh-oh, here we go. Let's return to counteracting Bryan's fervent fan base. Byron, how can an opponent deal with Daniel Bryan and his passionate fans?
It's going to take laser focus, Michael. And if you're a popular WWE star, you might want to consider a pair of earplugs for one night, because the WWE Universe probably won't be in your corner if Daniel Bryan is your opponent.
Boom, what impact.
Looks like he's starting to sweat now. This could be the start of an ugly downward spiral if he's not careful.
He just has to make sure this doesn't get too out of hand for him. Sometimes momentum has a way of permanently swinging one way. That's what he wants to avoid here.
R-Truth was a gifted athlete in high school who received several scholarship offers to play football and baseball. But Truth's love of music caused him to turn down those offers and pursue his dream of being one of the top lyricists in hip-hop music.
Man, let the ref do his job.
I don't think anyone would ever question R-Truth's athletic. He wants it one more time.
Gonna leave a mark permanently. I don't like how this is looking for R-Truth.
I don't like the look in his eye here, folks.
You know, I'd say matches like this really drive superstars to take risks they normally wouldn't take. An example that immediately comes to mind would be Shane McMahon's actions in Unforgiven in 2003.
Look out! Harsh impact.
Uh-oh. Neckbreaker!
I don't like how this is looking for R-Truth.
To elaborate more than that Unforgiven 2003 match Corey was talking about, that night we saw Shane leap off the top rope of the Unforgiven set down toward his opponent, Kane.
And unfortunately for Shane, however, Kane moved at the last moment, and it was all academic from there. The referee could have counted to 100. Shane was not getting up. Guys, we've seen some pretty creative finishes to Last Man Standing matches over the years, and perhaps one of the most creative took place at Extreme Rules 2010 when John Cena duct taped Batista's legs together.
He can't take much more.
Oh boy, he is rolling.
We have seen him here before.
Should do it.
Jeez, how many times can one superstar go for their finisher?
Oh, what a slam.
Come on, let the ref do his job.
Setting up for a neckbreaker. I don't like how this is looking for R-Truth.
He's not going to like this.
If he sticks this, he is done.
No reason for that.